Welcome to Nerds, Geeks, in the Kitchen Sink. It's a podcast that's like hanging out at the video store.
See, look, a little time off and you're jumping right in.
I'm doing it. I'm slamming my hands on my desk. I'm so excited. Chris is one of your hosts. That's you. I'm
That would be
DK,
me.
your other host. Improve if you feel like it. What the heck is going on? It's been a couple of weeks. We took a little bit of time off.
Yep.
We're
Getting
back.
some
We're
business done.
revitalized, re-energized, regurgitated,
Yeah, no, that's
revitalized. I like.
yeah.
We'll
We'll
stay
just
there.
go with that one. We'll stick with that one.
Okay, fine. So hi, we're here to talk to you about all kinds of nerdy things. Chris, first of all, what the hell's been going on?
Well, I've been watching. I've gone back into the Viking series rabbit hole. The million episodes that it had in 6 seasons. So
Do they?
I actually got
Do those guys go berserk?
Well, we
Do
started.
they do some berserking?
Yeah, they do.
All
There's
right.
a lot of blood, even for a History Channel series.
You think any of those guys make it to Valhalla?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That rules.
But it's kind of cool because it was a History Channel show. I mean, it's all dramatized, obviously, but they were using like real people.
You mean historical figures?
Historical figures.
Okay. I had to do some math.
They were. It wasn't animated or anything.
Well, that's why I was like, "What does he mean?"
No.
Most shows use real people.
Yeah, historical
Figures.
Yes.
Okay, so like Eric the Red is in there.
Ragnar Lothbrok.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure, all the hits.
Like the original Vikings was Ragnar and his sons, and then they came out with in the last couple years one called Vikings Valhalla.
Okay.
Which was actually about Eric the Red's son.
Oh, Erickson?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
That's everything I know about Norse.
Right.
Everything. I just gave it to you.
Yeah. No, but you know me. I'm a big history guy. So
yeah, that's cool. No, I've heard that show's great. I just haven't watched it.
It really is good. I think if you got into it, you'd probably like it a lot.
All right. No, that's cool. Yeah. I've been just trying to watch all the old Joe Bob episodes I haven't seen.
Yeah.
So I've been last driving it up like a madman. Right. And then the week before that, I watched Phantasm 2 5 days in a row. So that's what I've been doing.
The marathon.
Yeah. I finished the game Hades. I loved it. I know I think I talked about that before.
Yeah.
I finished it. I had a great time. I started playing Dead Cells. It's cool. Maybe I liked Hades better. But I did get the Dead Cells Castlevania DLC, like kind of scratches the Castlevania itch in some way. Yeah. Although it's not quite what you want for Castlevania, yeah. But it kind of like, you get to hear your songs you like and you get to see some characters you like and all that. So yeah, it's fine. Didn't hate it. I'm going to continue to play it.
I rewatched Flash.
Did you?
I still have the same opinion.
Same opinion? I know they re-edited it or they added it to Max, but I haven't had time to
they
put it on
Max. So
cool.
Yeah, I still have the same opinion.
I just want to see the Batman scenes and be happy for the day.
Well, I saw it again. Well, I did see the whole thing again, and then basically I did what you said. I just went to the Batman scenes and then fast forward. Okay, watch for 5 minutes.
You want to get nuts?
Fast forward. Watch for 5 more minutes. Okay, he's dead. I mean.
Yeah, well, there's it had to happen that way. Okay, it's a spaghetti event.
Well. Yeah, it was a spaghetti event.
That's right. You understood it.
In a mess. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like feeding a 2-year-old spaghetti.
Fair enough. Okay.
All over the place and shit on the floor.
I see.
You almost have a spit take.
It was close. Okay. It was close, but you'll have to work harder than that.
I know. A little more timing.
Yes.
Quite had the.
There's a lot of factors that had to be perfect for a spit take. You weren't quite there. Anything else you've been doing? I know we've been reading something similar to prepare for this.
Yes.
Do we want to shout that out?
Yeah, let's go ahead and shout it out.
All right. You have the specifics on that.
Right.
Right. Uh,
So one of the big things that we really like to focus on are indie movies, indie comics, anything like that. And we'd love to have more creators get a hold of us. Umar is one of our favorites that we've had, and then a lot of other shows that we've watched and seen and trying to talk to a lot of people are in
hmm,
that indie kind of that indie market, let's say.
sure.
And I got a contact from someone from the Zombie Game, which is an indie comic graphic novel. Shout
Written
out
by
to
Dan Bridges.
yes,
Dan Bridges, art by Pablo Ayala.
yep,
Um, and now we haven't finished it yet.
no,
I think
not
I'm
yet.
further than you into it.
Right, and
But
we're just teasing it. We're gonna do a full review on it next episode.
yeah,
But the editor, Emily McGinnis, got a hold of us and let us have a copy. And I'd have to say, I'm about a little behind you are. I'm about halfway through it,
yeah.
and I'm really enjoying it. I love the art quite a bit.
The
So,
art is the heart. I did a rhyme.
yeah,
The art is really really good. It's incredibly good. I don't know how they do that. It's like it's dreamlike but realistic, and
right.
there's detail, but it's also kind of murky. It's messy. I like that, but it's also like really well made. So for me, like when I think of it, the first thing I think of is like how good that art is. So that's a really big plus. I haven't finished it yet, but
Yeah.
I'm just about done. So
And
we'll
like
do
I
a full
said,
review soon.
yes, yes. And hopefully we'll be able to get everybody on. I had sent a message and maybe work out during our spooky month in October.
That'd
Get
be
them all,
awesome. I mean,
get them
I
all
think
on.
elevator pitch is it's like I never watched Squid Game, but it's like Squid Game but zombies? Is that
Uh,
right? Or like a Running Man with zombies?
I
Sort
mean,
of.
that's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah.
That's really the kind of the vibe I'm getting. Like I said, I'm like stuck on the art because it reminds me a lot of the early '90s covers of New Mutants.
Hmm.
You know what I'm?
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of that. So, and
It's
that's
great.
one of my favorite runs. So,
Hmm. One of my favorite runs is Logan's Run,
well, or Forest.
Cannonball Run.
Yeah.
Any more runs?
What was that other one? It was like Run Emily Run or something like that.
Run Lola Run.
Run Lola Run. That was it.
Hmm. Does that count as a run? I guess.
I guess. I mean, you're
Okay.
the music man, so you would know the runs better than I would.
I'm very familiar with the runs. I'm,
But if you're interested, want to go along with us on next episode, find them on Instagram, the Zombie Game, and it's through Latchkey Studios, and they've got it where you'll be able to buy it online. So, but
do we have
we'll
a
do a
release
full
date?
review next
Is
time.
there a release date for it?
It's already out.
Oh, it's out now. Okay.
Yes,
Cool,
it's out
cool.
now.
Yes.
So, but loving
Good
it
stuff.
so
Yeah.
far.
Absolutely. I've been reading all kinds of stuff. Back to the newer Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
I need to finish that second collection that came out.
Right.
I'm about halfway through that as well. I got too many things to read.
Well,
Yep.
that's a good thing
Have you seen
because
anything else? Have you been to the theater or anything else?
I have not yet been able to go to see Blue Beetle. I just
Did you see Demeter?
yes.
I didn't get to see it.
Let's put it this way. I liked it better than Renfield.
Cool. I don't. To me, that's an easy bar to pass.
Yeah. So I'm not going to give it like anything more than if we would do like a 1 to 10, which, like I said, if you're into the vampire thing and into a lot of just dark around the corner kind of that type of jump horror to a degree,
Sure.
go for it. it's there's several fun scenes in it if you're a horror fan, but it's not breaking any you know
It's not mind blowing.
genre breaking films or anything like
Right.
that. So
Fair enough. I just kind of want like a solid Dracula on a boat.
yeah.
If that's what we get, like a sort of
Well,
a slashery thing.
I would, and a little bit of a spoiler. It's more of Man Bat on the boat.
Yeah, that's
So
not a. That's in the trailer. I mean, that's
yeah, I mean that's there's no point. Like even in the actual Dracula movie, Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman and all, he
you mean
transforms
Bram
back and
Stoker's
forth.
Dracula?
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. I just say the Dracula movie.
It's
But
one of them.
I know it's like one of the.
It's one of the best. I agree.
The in capital letters.
Yes.
Anyway, he transforms back and forth. This is pretty much Man Bat on a boat.
I'm into it.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Although if they do like a live action Man Bat, whoever did the special effects, the visual effects on this one, I want them to do the.
You're referring to the DC Man Bat?
Yes, the DC Man Bat.
All right. They had a Man Bat segment in that Animatrix Batman, didn't they? I think I remember that.
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty cool.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
So. And there's one like where Bruce Wayne is playing golf.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. Those two things. Bruce Wayne plays golf, well, and there's a Man Bat.
Okay.
Look into it. You'll love it.
So what else going on?
Boy, not my. Oh well, okay. My life has been consumed by Quake 2.
Okay.
They re-released it. Mm-hmm. It was a favorite when it was new. I'm a child of the 90s PC gaming, so right. Having this classic re-released and retouched in the way that it has been is an unbelievable treat, to be honest with you. I have gotten my friends to play it with me, and every time we play, I'm like, guys, thank you. Like, I thank them personally. I'm like, I can't believe I get to do this one more time. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's so big. It's so big for me. I love it. You can do 4-player co-op on the campaign, which also there's more than one campaign, which is sweet, and you just get those. Yeah. Tons of multiplayer maps, tons of weapons, tons of modes, tons of like mutators. You could turn off fall damage. You can always have the grappling hook. You can make it whatever you want it to be.
Right.
And we've been having a blast with Quake.
Awesome.
If you haven't played it, it's like sort of dark. Someone I think referred to it as dark GoldenEye.
Okay.
Doom meets GoldenEye. So it is like sort of, I don't want to say goth, but it is like, it looks kind of like Doom. There's lots of gore and blood, and like there's space marines and like creatures and stuff. But it plays like, kind of like GoldenEye. It's from the same era. So
okay.
It's great. It's great. It's great. Highly recommend. It's $10. It's so good. So that's awesome. I know people have been playing Texas Chainsaw. I haven't been able to get the game yet, but I have watched the movie recently. Does that count? Sure. I watched Texas Chainsaw and I watched Tourist Trap, and they like really go together. I don't know if you've ever seen Tourist Trap, but it is like
a long time ago.
It's like Texas Chainsaw light.
Okay.
There's a lot of similarities in some ways. I could see that being a really good double feature.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I do plan to get the Texas Chainsaw game. I just haven't yet.
I've seen some playthroughs on people's channels.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty interesting. A little bit of the Friday the 13th sort of.
Same studio.
Yep.
So that explains that.
A lot of similarities.
Yeah. So. Yep. But no, for me, it's just been Quake and Phantasm 2. That's it. Anything else for you?
Yeah, I will say I started my Lord of the Rings reading again. My annual.
Uh-huh.
So I usually do it about this time of year. So
what are you starting with? I mean, are you doing Hobbit?
I'm on
okay.
Yeah. I always do I do it in order on the Fellowship, and then I always finish with the Hobbit. It's just a habit I've gotten into.
You
Instead
watch
of
them in order of film release.
I read them.
That's
I
what I
read the
mean.
books.
I
Yeah.
mean, I understand. I
No,
misspoke. I'm
it's
so sorry.
no because I read when I was in grade school. I read the trilogy,
I read Hobbit in fifth grade, but the other ones
and then
it took me longer.
yeah, I read the Lord of the Rings books, the three, before I read the Hobbit. So
Yeah, I went the opposite. I did Hobbit first, and
well,
then these Lord of the Rings movies started to come out, and I said maybe I should read those. I think they're
well,
related to the Hobbit.
in sane people would have read them that way, but because honestly, the animated movie
Yeah,
of Return of the King was the first one that I had seen
right.
before
Those are
I
great.
actually saw The Hobbit.
Yeah, those are so good.
So, and of course, I found my album book. So
Yep, beautiful.
it doesn't have too many pops and skips on it. I
It's
played on,
listenable.
yeah, I played on my daughter's record album. So,
Nice.
and we were going through her albums, and she's officially up to 113.
More than me.
Yeah, so she's become a regular vinyl addict.
Big vinyl head. Yep.
So, as a matter of fact, we went to a record store in Edwardsville just the other day and picked up two more.
I had to chill. I was buying them like crazy for a while, and then
Yeah.
like every paycheck, I'm like, I'm picking up a couple records. I can't do that. I need to chill. I don't have the space for this.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
I'm so yeah, I had to chill. But yeah, I get it. I get it for sure. Well, you want to talk Ahsoka?
Let's talk Ahsoka.
Is it time?
It's
Okay.
time.
All right. Well, there are currently 2 episodes of Ahsoka,
Yes.
Disney Plus. It's available now. We're obviously going to be doing spoilers.
Right.
Although there haven't been many big revelations yet. But yeah, let's just. You want to go?
Okay, before we get into it,
Yeah.
did you watch Rebels?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Not at all. I watched the first episode of Rebels and said I should probably be watching this with my kid. And then I keep trying to get her to watch it with me, and she's like, "Nah,
Yeah.
I don't feel like it."
I think I watched like maybe the first couple of episodes when it first came out, and then
Yeah.
like the Vader stuff.
Yeah.
Just because it was online and I watched it, but otherwise.
Yeah. So, I have a general understanding of Rebels and what that story is and who some of these characters are. It's all Filoni stuff,
Right.
which I've, historically been up and down on.
Right.
But I did watch Bad Batch because my kid likes it. And so we did that one, but I don't know why we can't do Rebels. But anyway, that's between she and I. So yeah, but I'm aware of the Ezra situation, and the show I think does a decent job of at least giving you the basics. We're looking for Ezra, we're looking for Thrawn. More is going on than that, but I think the reason it works for me is because Star Wars always does that. That's not new.
Yeah.
You go to a new Star Wars movie and you don't recognize any people, and you go, "What is this? Like, who's this Qui-Gon Jinn guy? What's going on here?"
Well,
What time has passed?
And I think the biggest problem is the difference between the movies and this series is they eventually go in to kind of give some reference to the history of the characters. And this, if you really haven't watched Rebels or if you completely went in with no clue what was going on,
Yeah.
other than seeing Ahsoka in a couple of the Disney Plus series, you'd be clueless.
I don't know. I think they do a good job of giving you enough info, to be honest with you. I don't think it's that different from any of the other, like even the sequels. There's a lot of new things going on, new people, new everything.
Right, but like I said, I thought in the movies they gave a little more eventual background information on than because if you go for the first,
well, maybe they will.
prequel,
This is episode 2.
Well, that's what I'm saying right now with 2 episodes.
Yeah.
You would think though, Sabine and Hera, you would get a little more background of them together. We know it because we know Rebels even a little bit. If you didn't know
Well, I don't know
Rebels,
their background together. I just know they're buddies. I've seen the mural.
well,
There's
but
that
I mean,
mural.
but
They
there's
did
still no explanation
they
for it.
did something, and now Thrawn has been banished. So
Okay, can I say the mural is I thought was horrible.
I think the mural is
They're
like the
gonna use
link.
the animation from the cartoon instead of making it a little more like
It,
the people that are in the live action
it didn't
version.
really bother me. I don't. It's just it is what it is. It's the
I
art.
just thought it was lazy.
I don't have anything on that. I understood the mural helped me to go, oh, okay, these people are all friends and they did this in the past, and now we're looking for Ezra.
Yeah.
So for me, the mural served its purpose. Um,
But you know me, I'm a visual guy and it didn't fit. You know what I'm saying? It just
I didn't.
the
That didn't occur to me though. So
right.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that
Right.
didn't happen to me. I didn't go, ooh. I just thought, oh, okay, that's what happened. There's those guys. They're all buddies.
Right.
Um, I really like what's his name in the show? Um, Ray Stevenson. What's his character's name?
Balin.
Balin. Yeah,
Balin.
he's great.
He's the best character on the series.
He's great so
Right
far.
now. Right now.
But I also really like what Ahsoka is doing. She is sort of, at least thus far, sort of the wizened, thoughtful, mystical master because she's been around and she's in tune with the
Yeah.
Force. So she'll sometimes say something like, I guess we'll see, or whatever it is, and she'll like look around, like a little bit of a Obi-Wan, like old
Eh,
Obi-Wan. I like that. That feels good to me. And so you get a little bit of the, or even like Yoda versus Luke, like, oh, he's too brash. He needs to calm down. He's too impatient. He can't, whatever. That's echoed here with Ahsoka and her apprentice. Is Sabine,
Sabine, yeah.
right? Who is
Yeah.
also a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do? Do you want to go through the? I have the plots here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
We'll go ahead through that.
let's go through that. Yeah. So it starts with Balin Skull. A skull. It's Skoll, but like, yeah, it's Skull.
Yeah.
Balin Skull, a former Jedi now working as a mercenary, and his apprentice Shin Hati. Shin Hati, probably. Shin Hati. Shin Hati assault a New Republic cruiser to rescue Morgan Elsbeth, who had previously been captured by Ahsoka Tano in The Mandalorian, where they do that duel.
Yeah.
So if you remember that episode of Mandalorian with Ahsoka in it, the first one,
right.
That's who that Morgan Elsbeth is, and it's revealed that she is a Night Sister or descended from. I don't know if she's a full-on Night Sister. She doesn't have the tattoos and stuff, so I don't.
No, well, she does a little bit. If you look at like her hairline.
Oh, yeah, right. She's got that. That's true.
So she may like grew her hair back instead of it being shaved. So.
Elsbeth informs Skull that Ahsoka is searching for Grand Admiral Thrawn, who has been missing for years after previously being defeated by Ezra Bridger. So right away we know Thrawn's on the table. We're going to get Thrawn. We're looking for Thrawn. And I guess these are all things that were set up in Rebels, but they do a pretty good job of letting you know like where we are.
Communicated that in the Mandalorian. What was that? Season 2.
Yeah, even in the first one.
Oh.
Yeah, Thrawn's even referenced in that. Ahsoka and what's the robot's name? Huyang,
yeah.
Huyang. Obtain. Is it Huyang? I don't know how to pronounce it. Obtain, but that's David Tennant. Mm-hmm. Took me a whole episode to be like, I was like, I know who that. I recognize that voice. Who is that? Does he do the voice on the show too? On the Rebels?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
They obtain a map, a star map, to the location of Thrawn and potentially Bridger before being informed of Elsbeth's escape. Regrouping with the fleet, Ahsoka meets with General Hera Syndulla,
Mhm.
whereupon Huyang reveals that the star map is still locked. I like Ahsoka's ship. Not so much the way the outside is, but the interior.
Yeah.
I love that it really is like a location and less of a like, oh yeah, like in Mando, it's like you got the cockpit,
Right.
but this is like it
Well,
feels
I
more
mean,
like a
even
house almost.
yeah, well, even like the interior of the Millennium Falcon
Mm-hmm.
was kind of a location,
I could see that, yeah, like
you know,
the
and
common room,
that's
the
what
big
gave
room.
me a little bit kind
Uh-huh.
of more of a vibe.
I really love the table that just comes out of the floor. It made me go like, should that be real? It seems like that should be real. You could have so much more room in that room. And then
Oh, I'm sure somebody's got,
when you want the table, you just press the button and there it is, and all the chairs.
yeah.
That's such a good idea. Okay. Syndulla advises Ahsoka to obtain the help of Sabine Wren, Ahsoka's former Padawan, in unlocking the map. Just as Wren unlocks the map, she's confronted by Shin, who steals the map and stabs Wren during a duel. So, I liked the map stuff. I like that. I want that prop. I want the
Yeah.
ball, that
Well, it looks so familiar
sphere.
to a combination if you melded the puzzle box and the
I'm
orb
sorry.
from
Do you mean the lament configuration?
yes.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm dumbing it down.
Wow.
And the orb that held the power stone from Guardians,
Mm-hmm.
if those had a child, it would be that map.
If two orbs did it,
Well, a box and an orb.
a box and an orb get together. Uh, so here's another thing I liked, and this is the thing I've been noticing with the show all around. The art direction is it seems to be purposefully giving you classic Star Wars, but way more vibrancy.
Okay, this
It
is where I'm going to disagree with.
I love the art direction. Every background of every shot. It normally in Star Wars it's like a cold, you know, panels and buttons on a wall, or a star destroyer, or like a star field, right? But in this, everything in the background, like Sabine's apartment, it's all colorful. It's still Star Warsy, but and it seems to feel kind of like a mix of the prequels, the sequels, and the originals. It feels like all those together to me, and it's all brightly colored, and it's all so well designed and plotted out. I love the way things look. The paint on the walls, the different color. There's like just like one shot where they're talking in a hallway, and there's these like weird like red circular things on the wall. I have no idea what they are, but they're like interesting to look at. And it's not just like throw some wires and some pipes back there and it'll look like Star Wars. It seems to be way, way more thought out. And I think it's interesting as hell to look at.
I think it's thought out, but in to me, it doesn't. It's too clean. Everything is too clean. Even even in the prequels, you know, Naboo did not have that like almost generic hospital aesthetic. It seemed like, and then just everything was too like
Are you talking about the
crisp.
palace? Because the palace totally is.
Well,
The
no, but
Naboo
I
palace?
mean, but it's still, yeah. I mean, it was, but there also was. You can tell that it had been there and it aged. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it's like CG marble. That's all I can think of is like CG marble
Well,
when I think of
that's
Naboo.
see right now where we differ is right now. That's the way I feel with Ahsoka. It's
Really?
all CG, yeah. And so everything is like so like perfect and clean. It's
But that room is a
just the
mess.
scene, huh?
But that room is a mess.
But it's yes and no, but it looks like it's actually everything is just kind of placed. It's
Don't you
not an
place things
actual
in your own
mess.
home? You try to arrange things and make things look nice in your own home,
You
right?
don't have a teenager yet in your home.
Pretty much. I
I guarantee you nothing's just placed and set.
don't know. I
But
can't
I
agree there.
just like it's almost like they took the animated series,
Mm-hmm.
which was this crisp, clean, hard
Colorful. It's
lines
very colorful. It's vivid.
and brought into live action, which even when the Rebel thing was going on, I just to me that aesthetic isn't Star Wars.
I don't love the way the show looks. No, I don't love the way I've not liked any of the Star Wars animations except for Star Wars. Well, first of all, I love the Boba Fett animation from the Star Wars Christmas special. I do truly love like
Yeah.
that. If they did a new show and that was the style, I would say hell yes, give me that.
Yeah,
That like
that's like the
70s
fire
cartoon.
and ice.
Yeah, exactly though. That would be amazing. I would love that. And I've also liked some of the Star Wars Visions animation's been really, I mean, it's all been good, but some styles are like better than others.
Yeah.
And so, but no, I feel like that this conversion from that show, the bright colors and the it's just a different vibe. I like it. It's good because it still feels like Star Wars, but it's more colorful and it's definitely fits the show and the characters being so bright and colorful and all that stuff.
Well, I agree with everything but the feels like Star Wars. I mean, it's in the Star Wars world, but like the visuals, there's the radio tower thing. Yes, those were on Coruscant.
Mm-hmm.
The one that Sabine is in.
Would you prefer it was a desert world?
Huh?
Would you prefer like a desert world?
No. I mean, one of my favorite worlds is Kashyyyk.
Oh yeah.
So, but I mean, there's too many, like, everything is okay. I'm trying to articulate this. Everything reminds me of right now that episode from Mando where they went to the Jack Black Lizzo world.
I don't think so at all.
Visually,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Without
the dirty streets that they went into the bars and stuff.
I was just gonna say though, I love the first thing I think of is that bar, the robot bar.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I really like that.
Without that. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of right now.
But I didn't hate that episode. I liked it. It was fun.
I did. I could not stand that episode.
I oversaw the program. That's okay.
Give me the heavy Mando's blaster and I'll take care of it all.
No. That was fun. Mando's just kicking droids to find out which one's bad. Okay, well that's the first episode. Sabine is stabbed. And the first thing I said was this is no longer a fatal attack in Star Wars. No one dies from this, so I'm not worried at all.
Apparently, if you're a woman, you can survive getting hit in the chest multiple times with a lightsaber.
I believe it was just one. It was one stab.
No, yeah, but for her, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go back to Obi-Wan Kenobi,
here's this.
She was stabbed 2 times.
We don't know how human she was to begin with. Plus, she has the Force. She may have already had robot guts. Could be a Fennec Shand situation. Fennec Shand survived it.
Is your back hurting from trying to carry that?
Oh, no. I feel great.
Yet, as powerful as Qui-Gon Jinn was, he couldn't survive a shot to the gut.
His jaw shot into the back of his brain when he got kicked by Darth Maul first. So he was already paralyzed and dead, basically. And then he got stabbed and that was it. The kick is what killed him. Because it was a Force kick. Hey, that's the thing with this. You can make up whatever bullshit you want. It doesn't matter. You can either... it's all made up anyway. It's fine.
Come on.
But Qui-Gon had to die.
But the thing is, and then like the scene where the lightsaber is stuck in him and it doesn't go anywhere. It's a fucking plasma intense blade that cuts through metal.
Yes, it is.
Let go of the goddamn lightsaber, it's gonna fall through the person.
If you let go, is there not a kill switch? Wouldn't it just turn off?
No, it was still on when it didn't have a hold of it.
I just don't. You mean in Ahsoka?
Yes.
Because I don't remember that.
Yes.
Either way, it happened.
It's just
okay.
Like, oh my god, make it makes sense.
It makes sense. It's Star Wars.
No,
There's
that's
a
the
precedent
problem.
for this. This is not new. We can no longer be surprised by this. Come
There
on.
is no precedence for
Yes,
Leia.
there
Yeah,
is. Uh, anyway, we know she's not dead.
obviously.
Part 2, Toil and Trouble. The first thing I said was there's going to be a witch in this, and boy, was there a witch. Night Sister, Night Witch, Night Witch. Is that a thing? Night Witch. There's a band called Night Wish.
Yeah.
They have that song Wishmaster.
Right.
Have you heard that song?
A while back.
Okay, just wondering. Let's go through the second episode.
Okay.
Is Night Witch a thing? It won't leave my mind. Night Witch.
Not in Star Wars, but I think from some other property.
Well, there's something called Night Witch in Fortnite, but I wouldn't know anything about that.
No.
There's a Tom Morello song called Night Witch. There's not really a Night Witch thing. Soviet female pilots in World War II.
There you go.
Huh. Interesting. You learned something. I'm going to Google that later. Anyway, part 2, Toil and Trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Written by Steph Green. The first one was, written by Dave Filoni, directed by Steph Green. First one was directed by and written by Dave.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give one big criticism. For the most part, well, I won't say for the most part, but some of the stuff from Filoni I've liked. Can we be honest that he's not a great dialogue writer?
He's following in the footsteps of George.
No.
It's not as bad as George.
You can sit there and go, one line is said. You can go 1, 2, 3. Next person line said 1, 2.
Well, that's not the dialogue writing. That's the dialogue delivery and editing.
Well, but yeah, the dialogue. But he directed the first.
Because you could just say it real fast.
That was like
if you wanted.
But I mean, there's actually not. I don't know. And I'm not a huge Mary Elizabeth Winstead fan.
Which one is she?
She's Hera.
Green Lady. I liked her. What? She's great. No, I like that she's like, I'm a general. Yeah. That was awesome. What? That was great. Should I know her from something else? I recognize the name. I'm so bad.
In Scott Pilgrim. She was in.
She's what's her name?
Ramona
Flowers.
Yes, and she was in was it Birds of Prey?
Birds of Prey. Yes. Oh, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yes.
I really like that movie, and I think she's good in it. That was
the only one that I kind of liked her in.
She's really good in that.
But she did not. Yeah.
She's in Live Free or Die Hard.
Yeah, it's forgettable.
I saw it in the theater and then at the drive-in twice for some reason. So I feel like I'm pretty familiar with that movie for some reason. Yeah, not a whole lot else that I've seen.
Yeah.
But I do know who she is. Okay.
Right.
Anyway.
I think she was very wooden in a lot of her performance.
In this?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't find that, but that's okay. Ren recovers and informs Ahsoka of her findings and traces the droids that attacked her to Elizabeth's factories to Corellia. Cool to be back on Corellia. We haven't gotten a ton of that planet. I think, did we first see it in Solo? Yeah. At first I was like, oh, this is exciting. Have we seen that before? And then I was like, oh yeah, it's in Solo. But you don't see a whole lot of, you just see industrial area really in Solo. And kind of the same here. Seeking the star map, Ahsoka and Syndulla travel to the Corellian shipyards where they discover a massive hyperdrive being built by workers loyal to the Galactic Empire. The dude I recognized right away from House.
Yeah.
I recognized him from House. And I'm like, oh, he's evil. He's evil. Look at him. That guy's evil. He's up to no good.
An evil accountant.
Yeah. Syndulla chases after the transport carrying the hyperdrive while Ahsoka duels Merrick, a former Inquisitor working for Elsbeth. We need to talk about Merrick. Is it Merrick or Marok? I think it's Merrick.
Merrick.
Marrok.
Yeah.
I like this costume. I like the helmet. It goes along with Balin Skull, who is sort of a medieval knight sort of vibe.
Kind of.
Um, I like this character. There is some. I have read a couple articles like who is that? Who is Merrick? And there's all kinds of interesting theories. One of the crazier ones is that it's Starkiller from the Force Unleashed games.
If it was Starkiller, Ahsoka would be dead.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, let's be honest.
For sure.
You know, he went toe to toe with Vader, so Ahsoka, no matter what the thing, yeah. And especially, can I say, the one thing that I've not been Balin, the way he fights, I understand because he's this big, brawling.
He's huge, by the way.
Knight guy. That
he is massive.
You know, just you know, it's pure power. His apprentice, I see some of, you know, the way she would fight. It's sad to say the worst lightsaber fighter when you pull away is Ahsoka.
You think so?
There's a shot where she's fighting Merrick that she does this twirl, and my fat ass can jump and do a twirl better than that with sabers.
I didn't notice. I don't know what you're talking about.
Go watch it again. There's like there's a pan shot, and she does this like turn over, jump, spin thing.
I want to see you do it.
This far off the ground.
Well, maybe she didn't need that much.
Dude, I'm saying it.
I didn't see that at all.
Up close, it looks not bad because you can edit it properly and stuff. But there's a shot of her that's from far away when she goes to attack, and it's like, did you not do any practice?
Like, I didn't.
A couple months beforehand.
This did not occur to me in the slightest. I thought it was an interesting fight.
And now that I've said it, you'll look at it and be like, "Oh, damn."
Maybe. But no. Do you?
Next episode on that.
Okay, I will. Do you have any thoughts on who Merrick might be?
The biggest one of the rumors is it's actually Ezra.
Yeah.
Because the guy, even though he was on attack, he didn't go real hard on Ahsoka.
Yeah.
You know, and then when she was on attacks, he kind of didn't have an issue with defending any of it too fast. You know, it didn't seem too difficult.
Yeah.
So I can see that being Ezra, and that would kind of play in that he's trying to track down, you know, and you never see the person without their helmet, so...
Right. So we really have no idea.
Right.
Somebody said it's Kylo. I think it's too early to be Kylo.
No, it's not it's Kylo.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And his fighting style is way different than what Kylo's is.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Kylo does a lot like Balin.
I would agree that he's more like
force and strength, you know.
Yep. Okay, a former Inquisitor. Oh yeah, Merrick and the transport escape, but not before Syndulla's astromech droid Chopper attaches a tracking device. I know everyone loves Chopper. I hear a lot about Chopper being a little rascal, but I didn't like the voice.
No, I know.
It's like English. You can hear it. It's English.
Yeah.
Apparently it's Dave Filoni himself doing the voice. And I thought they would launch a tracking device or something, but they just he just throws it.
Yeah.
To me, I was like, well, that's the dumbest thing so far.
Right.
He throws it. He just throws it. I did like that they're like, throw the tracking device, and he can't find it. And he's like, he immediately blames someone else. Did you move my stuff? Did you touch my stuff? But no, in general, so far Chopper has not been my guy.
No, apparently from this series, Chopper has kind of this cult following, and I'm just seeing a couple little snippets of it, and then watching this show, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hurt people's feelings, but Chopper, so far, only having seen this, didn't love. After arresting the shipyard workers, I think they killed a few of them. Ahsoka is contacted by Ren.
In the control room.
Yeah. We arrested them. Ahsoka is contacted by Ren, who is ready to become her Padawan again and find Bridger. I like the shot. I love the shot of Ren, not Ren. What's her name? Yeah, Ren. Thinking of Kylo
Sabine,
Ren.
yeah.
Sabine. I love the shot of her kneeling in front of the helmet and looking at it. That's a great shot.
Although I'm really impressed, and so is my hairstylist sister, that she cut her hair perfectly with a
with
sword
one,
with one hand.
yeah. Well, we don't know. She probably did
I
touch up
know, I
after.
know, I know.
But
But
you're
it was
right.
just kind of
Because the
funny and
first thing I
silly.
thought, I was like, that's not the hairstyle we would get
No,
if you just cut it like that.
yeah. If
Um,
she cut it like that, she'd get a more of a Ramona Flowers,
exactly. Exactly.
super short in the back, and she's got those wings in front.
Yeah. But I like her armor and her helmet's cool and all that.
I mean,
So
it's just about dead on accurate to the series. Now they
you know,
did copy shot for shot one of the final scenes of Rebels to that end of the second episode, where she
oh,
walks up to the painting
you'll have to tell me
before
more
she
because I,
leaves.
yeah.
Okay, where Sabine at the end of it, before she goes with Ahsoka,
Mm-hmm.
where she's walking up to where the mural is.
Yeah. So you're saying that's from Rebels? Like that's a callback?
That's almost scene to scene from Rebels. I mean, it was
Okay.
interesting, but like I said, the art, instead of, you've got all this rest of it made look real, but it literally, the art is the exact same in the cartoon, instead of having a little more
You mean on the mural?
on the mural. Yeah.
Right. I felt that it went along with the environments that we had seen and the style already. So it didn't even occur to me like, oh, is that weird? So it's just
But I
me.
mean, just especially watching watching the animated and the live action when they did a scene for scene shot, it's like to see almost the exact same mural and not have any more life to it. You know what I mean?
I guess. I mean, but if that's the
More of
style
a
you're going for, I mean, that's what it is. I don't know. I don't know how to respond to this criticism.
right. I
Then
just,
okay.
but there was no, and I know it's the first two episodes, but we only have four more. There's no mention of Kanan. There's no mention of Zeke.
There's 8 episodes, right?
I thought there was only six.
I think it's an 8 episode show.
Okay.
Goes till October 3rd. I'm looking at Wikipedia, so
Yeah.
I have the information.
But like, and then a little inconsistency. There's no mention of, Hera is just seeing Ahsoka and whatever, in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mention of her asking about Hera's son, who is Kanan's son.
I don't know who Kanan is.
Kanan was in Rebels. He was the Jedi that got blinded. He was the Freddie Prinze Jr. character.
Well, I guess it makes sense that
And
they
he
didn't
was
bring it
part
up
of their
because
group.
it hasn't been in the show. You know what I mean?
But I
It
mean,
would be.
but the fact that, wouldn't you, if you know somebody for so long and you know they had a child, the next time you see him, oh, how's, you know what I'm saying?
I guess, but I feel like that would be confusing to introduce that because I didn't know about that, and they didn't.
Well, everything, like almost everything else, they assumed you watched Rebels.
I guess, but I think it's one
Where,
of those things where if it's not going to be, every second is important, and if it's not like key to the show, I can see why it
but there
didn't
was
come
a
up.
lot of this stuff. There was a lot of them staring at each other and disapproving, so they could have cut some of that out. And in the first episode, they
All
could have
right.
cut some of that out and put a little more better dialogue in.
I liked that this. I did notice the scenes had the flow was a little on the slower side, but that doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me
See,
at all.
slow burn does not affect me. I like movies that have a purpose with slow burn, but these first two episodes were pretty damn slow.
I didn't feel that at all.
I
I mean,
did,
like I
yeah.
noticed, like yeah,
Especially the first one.
these conversations are being, I don't know, they are slow moving. I agree with you there, but it didn't. I wasn't sitting there going, "Oh, get on with it." Like it didn't. I didn't feel that at all.
Yeah, there was a few scenes that I had that feeling.
I was looking at the backgrounds, and they're great. Okay. Uh, last sentence here.
Okay.
Elsbeth is contacted by Skull, Hati, and Merrick, who obtain the hyperdrive so they can finish building their ship, the Eye of Sion, and find Thrawn. Cool little circular space guy. That reminds me of
Halo.
No, it reminds me of Star Wars. It reminds me of
Oh, the hyperdrive.
it's like a hyperdrive,
ones.
external hyperdrive, yeah.
But that one's huge. So that's why
yeah,
it reminded me of Halo.
I guess, yeah. I mean, obviously, a big space ring is going to make you think of Halo.
I mean,
yeah, sure. But no, that didn't occur to me. I was just like, oh yeah, Obi-Wan's ship had that.
yeah.
If it's like the same thing, but I really truly liked a lot, maybe loved that last world that they're on there, and I don't remember the name of it. And it's all that forest, and there's a storm coming.
Oh yeah.
And there's that henge. I don't know what else to call that. Is it a henge, like a Stonehenge, but like
yeah,
space
I know what
henge?
you're talking about.
Space henge.
Where it had the map, where it,
yeah,
it
I love the look of that. Yeah. I love the vibe there, the sense of and just the way everybody looks on screen. There's just something about, like, I want to watch that scene over. There's something delicious about all that. I love that.
That scene, I think, to me, was the most Star Wars feeling.
Beautiful
scene.
Yeah, I really like that. The trees are blowing.
The other stuff really didn't, I didn't feel it. Like, even with the scenes from the sequels, which, I'm not a huge fan of the sequels, but they all still had that Star Wars feel to them. It's just, other than really that, and maybe, I know they tried to reproduce the Rogue One intro, or I should say, exit in Rogue One at the end of, with the beginning of Ahsoka with Balin going through.
Oh, you mean Vader?
Yeah, the Vader.
Yes.
They kind
yes.
of.
I was very happy that we got to see him do something right away.
Right.
That was cool. Yeah. No, but that ending scene, I want to watch that again specifically. That was really cool. Just the vibe there. I really like that.
That's why I said that was about the only set to me that really felt Star Wars.
How do you feel about this different galaxy thing?
I know they've played this a lot in the Rebels, and then this World Between Worlds thing is going to play real big. I'm fine with, because Star Wars is supposed to be an extremely expansive galaxy, and unfortunately, in the Disney Plus, we really haven't seen that. You know what I'm saying? We've gone to a lot of the same places over.
So yeah, we've been to Tatooine so many times.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. I fully agree. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know until I see it. I know we're gonna get space whales. I just know that's happening already. I've seen screenshots of it.
It was in Mando.
Yeah.
Yeah. My initial reaction was like, okay. That's something that happens in Dune. That's something that happens. Yeah. That's something that happens
and that's what really kind of also reminds me of with the ring and everything else. It's just a space Stargate.
For legal reasons, it's a Fargate. It goes far. It's nothing to do with Stargate. That's an Aqua Teen Hunger Force reference. Sorry.
Right.
It is a Fargate. I like this concept. I like there being a little bit of sci-fi mystery actually happening in Star Wars. But my initial reaction was kind of like, "Ooh, okay, they've already done this. They did this it's another situation where they're going back to the expanded universe,
right?
And plucking an idea and not using the idea.
The expanded universe doesn't exist.
Well, in this situation, and there's no way they're going to do this. Geez, I don't know, but in the books around the year 2000, there is a major event that takes place, which includes the death of Chewbacca, which is called the New Jedi Order.
Yeah.
And in this event that takes place, these extragalactic invaders come to this galaxy. The Yuzan Vong is what they're called, right?
Yeah.
And they come just to take over. I don't remember what are they looking for resources or what, but their whole thing is they're not in the Force. They're not within the Force. So like there's even a new Jedi Order at this point who has gained some power, but they're having trouble even dealing with them because they're not in the Force, and their technology is so different from ours, quote, that they're very tough to deal with. So that's immediately what I think of is like, oh, they're not going to do that. But it's that same idea of we're going to other galaxies at this point.
Right. Well, and that's the one big thing that I've had the issue with also, that, and I think that this is not necessarily a writer's thing per se, but this is a Disney thing, because they don't really want to make the financial commitment to the EU writers. So they're like, we're gonna, like you said, the Fargate.
Yeah. For legal reasons.
For legal reasons. You know, they're using this stuff from the, expanded universe, but they're changing it just enough.
Yeah.
That the people that created this stuff does not get any credit for it.
Yeah, that's horseshit. Yes. That needs to stop. I fully agree with that.
Right. Well, and then, but like I said, it's just the hypocritical of Kennedy when they're saying, one, there's no written material for Star Wars.
But yeah, but only because they say there's not.
That's what I mean.
But it does exist.
Until they're shitting the bed.
Guys, Thrawn is from that. A big draw to your show is Thrawn, and that's from that EU. So yeah. I can only agree there. It's really dumb.
And that's one of the reasons I cannot stand her. One of many.
But that reminds me. Did you notice what's that ship called? Is it called the E-Wing? Everyone go to your Google and look up E-Wing. Yeah, that's it. I don't know if those have been in live action before. E-Wing escort starfighter. This is only for the true Wookiee heads out there.
Right.
Let me see. Screen share? 1 second. I'm trying to find the first appearance to see if this is, because like it's something that's been talked about for a long time. Like it's even in like I'm pretty sure it's in that old book. Do you remember the book of, what do you call that? What was that book? It was like a Star Wars Essential Guide to Ships and Vehicles.
Oh yeah.
It's like a famous Star Wars book.
The Encyclopedia of Ships and.
Yeah, I think it's like it was in there even, and they appear in.
I'll say that's like that's one of the only times that
they appear. This ship appears in Dark Empire, Empire's End, Crimson Empire, Dark Saber, Planet of Twilight.
Yeah.
All these new Jedi Order books that I've been talking about. It's in almost every single one of them. But I don't think it's been in live action yet. I think that was the first time we actually saw one.
Yeah.
So that's really cool that finally got to be. And it's like, you know what? This is only for the real nerds, but it looks like an X-Wing. But it's the wings don't have the S foils or whatever you want. The X thing. But it's a cool ship. I like it. It's one of my favorite starfighters. And I don't know about you, but I used to love that book, that Essential Guide to Vehicles or whatever it's called.
I'd go through it and look at specs all the time.
Yeah, and I would memorize those things. And I also there's one for characters and there's one for whatever. I had those. I loved them. So it is cool again to see them, just like in Mando when they pulled that Juggernaut vehicle. It's like, who cares? It's like a dumb tank. But for me, I was like, oh my god, they're paying tribute to this thing that I love.
One time and never had you had a toy for it. And
yeah, it's awesome.
Did you have an image on the E-Wing?
Yeah.
That way, so everybody that's watching.
It's not even like that big of a deal, but it's just fun. Let's see here. This is the actual page from. Okay, open please. Oh boy, it's too big. What's happening? This is what happens when I try to use the internet.
Right.
Um, how does one, oh boy, this is good podcasting is what this is.
Minimize the or reduce the image
No, oh, I
percentage.
got it. No, I got it.
Okay.
This is going to be worth it. People are going to see this and
I know,
lose.
right?
They're going to lose their minds. They're going to lose their minds.
Well,
You
hey,
cannot.
let's be honest. Some of the younger people won't know what it even looked like.
I just share. Whatever. Here it is. All right, here it is. Again, you're going to lose your minds. There it is. The E-Wing. And that's the page from the book.
That's cool.
You have room for R7 astromech droid in sealed compartment. Boy, there's proton torpedoes on board so that you know this boy's packing heat.
Yeah.
You got your laser cannon on top. I mean, it's all here. What more do you need? Nose cone with sensor array. Boy, it's silly, but I love it.
This reminds me of a Battlestar Galactica Viper modified.
Viper?
Yeah.
Let me look at it. Battlestar Galactica. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Galactiva. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't know if can you still see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I can see. I mean, that's clearly very similar. I mean, it looks like an X-wing without the wings on.
Right.
Is what it really looks like.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is ship talk, Star Wars ship talk for the day. Ship talking.
Come on, you got some ship talk to me?
Yeah, you talking ship? What if there's ship, Barbie? I'll ship you off. Ship you off any day of the week. Did you see Barbie?
No.
You sounded so
I
sad.
have no desire.
No, like please stop. I loved it. I thought Barbie was fantastic. I have this little rock that's a heart. That's how I feel about the Barbie film. Look at that. That's smooth. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else you want to cover before we sign off, sign
Not
out?
really that I can think of right now. You know, we're just getting stuff organized for our Halloween month.
You know, we go big. Yeah, we'll do some big stuff in October.
Right.
Please join the Discord if you haven't.
Yes.
That's number one. We want to see you in there and chat with you about your favorite Star Wars ships.
We're working on doing a live sometime before we leave for the Christmas break.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll let everybody know on that one.
If you want to chat with me about Phantasm 2 at any point, I'll be in the Discord server. There's a link in the description of the show. Tell me your tall man theory. Do you think Mike is the tall man? Just an idea. If you watch Phantasm 4, there's one moment when you. Anyway, we'll talk about it. Somebody talk to me about this, please. We are on social media.
Actually, thinking back on it, that's actually a pretty damn good theory.
This is just. I've seen them all. So, and I say I just watched Phantasm 2. I watched them all multiple times over the last. I just turned them on while I'm at work. I have a new appreciation for Phantasm 4. I really like. I mean, I liked it before, but anyway, we can't talk about Phantasm. We got to stop. So yes, we're on social media, but really, I prefer if you're going to do anything, get in that Discord. Leave us a review, Spotify, if you could, or just a star rating would be awesome. That helps us.
A like and a subscribe on YouTube. You'll see us on there. Now, I will say you put out a tweet on our show page about if there's any independent movie or comic book creators that want to
anything you're working on. If you've got a dramatic podcast or a comics or art series or a film or whatever it is, even music, a record or whatever,
right?
Let us know. We want to cover you. We want to support indie projects and we love them. We do them ourselves. I just put a song out for my group, Home is Midnight. Right. The song is called Hurt Me. You can get it out there. It's been described as horny. Yeah. So check that song out. And but please, if you have a project, get with us. Send me a DM or let us know somehow. We want to get you on and talk about your thing.
Definitely. And I've gotten back into working on my issue number 1 of Bad Company.
Nice. Nice.
So hopefully here in the next,
How
maybe
many
at the beginning
years?
of the year.
Okay.
Huh?
I
No,
was making
maybe
a
at the
joke.
beginning of the year I'll be looking for an artist. So
Hey. All right. Awesome.
because I have a particular style that I'm looking for. So,
All right.
but I've added to the original one that you've seen.
Uh-huh.
I've
Yeah.
added probably another 10 pages.
Hey, great.
So,
Comics, guys. We love them.
yes. So, all right.
Cool.
Well, that's all I got this week. So,
Yep.
we will be back in 2 weeks. No delays.
We will talk to you in 2 weeks. We will talk about more Ahsoka probably. And anything else? Is there a movie? No, there's no movies for a while, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the one thing we haven't talked about.
Dune got delayed. That sucks. I hate it.
Several things got delayed.
Yeah. But Dune is the worst.
Dune is the worst, which I don't understand because,
Warner
and I get
Brothers, what are you, Dune?
I get the whole aspect of what's going on with the strikes and, the actors aren't going to do press or anything. But this was the one movie that I think almost every cinephile was waiting on.
Yeah.
And I think just for word of mouth probably would have carried this pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bummer.
Yep, it is. But, it is what it is. We'll see.
Alrighty.
Let's end on a downer. All right. Talk to me about Phantasm. We love you, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.